guys, how's it going? I'm going to change the format a little bit. I'm going to be recording these intros after I do all the work. That way I don't talk about things that I don't get to or whatever, you know, look like a senile old guy or that kind of thing. Um, you know, the numbers in the last video sucked, so I gotta change something because this ain't working. But anyhow, I I came out in the garage yesterday morning. I'm getting older. This technology stuff, computers and cameras and all this crap is new to me, and I'm just starting out with this stuff and trying to get the hang of it. Um, but I'm working away at it, and that's what happens when you get older, and technology passes you by, kind of thing. So you got to try and catch up, and it's tough. You know, also when you get older, you get these health problems and health issues and stuff. And like yesterday, I come out of the garage and have a coffee, and my left arm is getting numb. My fingers are numb. I can't feel them. And I go, what the hell's up with that? Then I realized that I put my arm through the same hole as my neck in my t-shirt, and it cut off the circulation. So once I put my shirt on correctly, the numbness went away. So I'm telling the wife about that, and she says, "Well, maybe we should look at putting you in a home." I thought, a home? You're not putting me in any goddamn home. So she locks me out of my home. So what the hell is going on? And then, a lot of older guys too, they have a problem with ED, right? Erectile dysfunction. I remember when ED was Sullivan's first name, right? Anyway, there's no problem there. When when I see a all steel original 32 Ford 3-window coupe, the little general is standing at attention, if you know what I mean. So anyway, we did a pile of work on the 75 4x4 square body, and let's get to it. Okay, so you remember last time I was talking about this box, how it had been whacked here somewhere. There's a good dent right here, and there was a kink all along where this tape line is, and this was bent in like so. So I worked away at it with a hammer and stuff for a while, and it just wasn't given. So I ended up slicing it here, and I pulled this out. Now, to determine how much I needed to pull it out, I made a template like so on the other side here, right, and reversed it till I had the same matching angle here, and yeah, it seemed to work out. Then I just took a hammer and tapped in that kink all the way along, back and forth a couple times, not too hard, just a tap. So it looks pretty good now, and it looks like it's taken its shape back. So now I've got to weld this up, and a little bit of hammer work, straighten it out, and that corner should be fixed. And then we'll get on stripping the back of the box, or the front of the box, I guess it is, and get that sprayed up too. So we're moving along. Okay, well, I've been slinging mud since Friday. This is Monday, long weekend, Labor Day weekend. Yeah, been slinging mud pretty steady. This section here was really beat to hell. Well, you saw when I pulled the dings out. Even the dents had dents, whatever that means. But anyway, we got a good handle on it here. What I ended up doing was unbolting the front fender completely and starting over, because the gap was horrible. But I know this looks like a lot of filler, but it's not. It's very, very thin. So but I've got my gaps lined up nice all the way here too, and this body line is right on. The door closes nice, so yeah, I'm happy with it. The side is pretty much done. I just have a little bit of sanding left down here, and then I'm going to tackle the back. I want to back it out and back it into the garage so I can do the other side, because it's so jammed up in here. I have more room to work on this side than the other, so we'll back it into the other side. Front fender is going to be the same deal over there, unbolted completely. On that side there's like 3/4 of an inch gap at the bottom, and it's tight at the top, so you know it's not even close. So we're going to get on that, but we're moving along pretty good. This thing's going to be ready for primer shortly. I do have a few dents to fix up on the roof. Like I said, every panel on this thing is dinged up or banged up. It's had a hard life, kind of like me. You know, when I was welding last week, I only set myself on fire twice, so it wasn't too bad. Anyhow, yeah, I'm going to carry on with some sanding. It's late Monday night. It's about 11 o'clock. So it's ice cold pop time, and get back at it tomorrow. Okay, so here's the roof. It's done, smoothed right out. Like I said, there were three spots, 3 dents. What was good was I was able to use the sliding rear window to get inside there and pound them up a little bit. So just a couple of thin skims, straighten it right out. I mean, it's the roof, nobody can see it anyway, unless you're a friggin' giraffe. So excuse me. I'll tell you, I'm not painting this thing off of a stepladder, like Bones and Star Trek would say. Damn it, Jim, I'm a body man, not a gymnast. But anyway, so this side's all done, sanded, complete. The back is all done. Got a little bit of sanding to do on the cab corner on the side, and that's it. This whole unit is done. So it'll be ready to spray with primer. You know, all the I'm pretty happy with it. Gaps are nice. Everything's nice and flush this way. Both sides of the door. Everything's fitting nice, working nice. So yeah, that's all good. So it was a complete day of slinging mud. It was dusty, and well, there's kind of dust there, and I've swept it up 3 times already. So yeah, it's getting dark, and I'm thirsty. So it's ice cold pop time, and tomorrow we'll get right back at it. So as you can see, I'm covered in dust. You know, sanding is part of the game, and as much as I hate it, it's a necessary evil. My beard's all crooked. What's going on with that? Or is it just my head? I don't know. Anyway, tomorrow, first thing, I got to finish a little bit of touch-up sanding, get that done. Then I got to do a major cleanup in here. I mean, it's a freaking mess. I'm tripping over shit, and there's dust everywhere and whatever. Then open up the big door, blow this place out, clean it all up, get the truck in primer, get on the box. I also have to remove a U-bolt so I can give it to the owner. He's going to go get some new ones made up that are shorter, because we're getting rid of those 5-inch lift blocks and dropping it down a little bit. What else? Yeah, so tomorrow morning, going to get right to it. So stay tuned. Hey guys, it's Wednesday morning, early. First thing I figured I'd tackle would be the front fender and get those gaps right. So I unbolted it all, and it turns out that the freaking thing is welded to the truck inside. I don't know if you can see this or not, but right there, kind of bubblegum weld. It should cut off pretty easy. The rest of it is, you know, it's loose. So I'm going to cut that weld and get this gap lined up, and then try and get the bolts all back in. It's not looking good as far as bolt holes lining up. I might have to ream them out a little bit. But yeah, as soon as I can get this gapped, I've got the cab corner over here. Just sand that, and yeah, clean up, and we should be ready to prime. So that's where I'm at. Okay, so as you can see, a job is never simple. I couldn't get the fender to snug up nice and flush, nice and tight, and I couldn't figure it out. So I ended up taking the fender off, and that meant pulling the wiring harness through the fender and unbolting it from the inner fender and all that stuff. I mean, it's afternoon now and I'm still dicking around with this freaking thing. So anyway, here's the fender, and here's the problem. This hole right here is what bolts the bottom of the fender in and brings it into the door. The door is right around here, but it's all rotten here, right? So when I go to tighten it, it's just pulling this away. So the outside of the fender isn't coming in nice and snug. So you know, there's no strength here. It's just flopping around in the wind. So I'm looking at that going, what the hell am I going to do? Then I remembered my trusty old fenders that I've already stolen pieces for to fix the box. Right here, this piece is not bad. It's pretty solid. So if I cut it, you know, here, because it's getting crusty down here, if I cut it on this side of the hole, down, maybe over here, and back around, take that whole piece and weld it in by, you know, cutting out the thin rusty metal down in here somewhere, and weld that in place. That should solve my problem. But it's, you know, hours wasted, and now this is going to take me probably a couple hours by the time it's all said and done. So yeah, that's where we're at with this now. But you know, got to fix it. Okay, so here's my piece. Cut it out. So I just got to weld it in now. I also took a piece of the original plate that's underneath, cut it out of here, and welded it to the plate that's in behind here. So this is a pretty substantial and heavy piece. So yeah, so we're going to weld it up, clean everything up. I might have to do a little adjustment right here to get everything to fit nice and flush. And yeah, you know, set up outside, and what happens, of course, it starts to pour rain. Everything's fighting me. Anyway, let's weld her up and get this fender dialed in. Okay, so there she is, all welded in, all the way down here, up and around. It's good and solid now. There's no give on it. So yeah, I think it came out perfect. So I'm going to give it a little shot of paint, and we'll let that dry. It's my night to cook supper, so I'm going to scooch out and see if I can scrounge up some roadkill for supper, and I'll be back out after that. Okay, so it's about 7 o'clock Wednesday night. I'm gonna quit for the day. I went till around 2:30 last night, and you know, I'm gonna take it easy tonight. Maybe watch a ball game or whatever. I had a big meal and a shower. And I know what you're thinking. A shower in September? Yeah, I do that. Yeah, so tomorrow I'm going to hang that fender, get that all done, and then shoot this thing in primer. That's what I wanted to do today, but that fender messed me up. And you know, that's what happens when you're working with old vehicles. You find stuff that needs to be fixed before you can proceed. So that's the way it goes. So anyway, we'll get on that tomorrow. That'll be in another video. You know, I tried to throw a little bit of little bit more humor into this one, and I'm gonna see if that makes a difference. Um, I hope you got a few laughs out of it. Um, don't forget, check us out on Facebook. I'm just a couple short of 500 followers now on Dirty Dan's Ride and Cycle on Facebook, and it's being well received. So, if I can convert them into video watchers, that would be nice. Hint, hint. Anyway, if you haven't subscribed already, please do. Hit the little subscribe button, hit the little bell. It'll tell you when the next video is up, and I'd appreciate it. Um, we're winding down the summer here, man. It feels like fall, and it's not going to be long before the snow hits the ground. I'm going to have to take a little bit of time to straighten out my yard before all my treasure gets buried by snow. So, yeah, got to get that done. And what else? Yeah, just carrying on with the square body, 49 Ford. I'm going to do some more on that this week too. I filmed a couple clips on that one already, so that'll probably be what next week's video will be about. Remember, every Thursday around noon, that's when I'm going to put them out. So yeah, so if you do nothing else, get out in the garage and build something, man. Later, guys.